Hi, this question says that a softball player throws a ball vertically up into the air. So let's picture this is the softball player. And the softball player throws the ball vertically up into the air. As always, it stops and it returns to the ground. The ball takes 5 seconds to reach its maximum height. So to go from the thrown point to the high point, we're going to put down that is delta t equals 5 seconds. Let's say I'm starting here and I'm ending at my maximum height. So that takes 5 seconds. With what velocity was the ball thrown? So I'm interested in knowing VI. So the baseball player throws the ball. It goes slower and slower and slower and slower. When it stops, it's at its maximum height. If you were to look at the clock, you'd see 5 seconds. How fast did you throw it? What was your initial velocity? So let's make a list. And with these free fall questions, there's always a lot of things that are not said. So the first thing I can say is that I want to find my initial velocity. So let's put down that I don't know what that is. One of the things that I typically know, that I always know, I might not need, but I always know about free fall is that the acceleration due to gravity is minus 10 meters per second squared. Now, more precisely, it would be minus 9.8. I use minus 10 because it makes the math just a bit simpler. Um, it's negative because that acceleration is pointing downwards, and the acceleration is pointing downwards because the force of gravity is pointing downwards. What else do I know? Well, it's not necessarily obvious, but you really know that at your maximum height, your V final equals 0 meters per second because you stop going upwards. So V final is equal to 0 meters per second. And I need one more thing to get an equation. And of course, it told me in the question that my duration, my time interval, was 5 seconds. So I've visualized, I've extracted the pertinent information, and now I need to find a relationship that links these together. And the obvious one that comes to mind is VF is equal to VI plus A delta T. And I know that VF is 0. And VI, of course, is what I want to find. Plus A, we said A was minus 10. And delta T, we said that the time interval was 5 seconds. So 0 equals VI plus minus 50. So if I rearrange this equation, I get that VI is equal to 0 minus 50. VI is equal to plus 50 meters per second. The plus sign means that it has a velocity pointing upwards, which means that it is traveling upwards, which fits with my visualization. I'm careful about my signs here because it's easy to make a slip. I try not to do too many things in my head. I try to write things down so that I make fewer mistakes when I'm working the problem, and also when I come back to check the problem before I hand in my test paper or my homework. It's very easy to check something like this because all the steps are laid out. It doesn't take longer. It's just, it saves time in the long run. There we have it.